Hello and hello and hello. Oh man, I'm kind of out of breath because I've been moving around, make sure all this stuff is straight for this episode. Because I try to switch stuff around for every episode, so just for eye appeal. Who cares? But I have another guest with me today. I am more than grateful that she's here with me today. I've known her for a long time, and just like how we all, see each other grow on Instagram or like social media and stuff like that. I'm proud to say that I've seen her growth, and like it's amazing. Like, and I'm inspired. So I got Salaysia here with me today. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Do I look at you or the camera?
I mean, it don't matter because I'm gonna be looking at you. That's kind of like, and that's why I've been switching stuff around.
Because I'm looking at the camera like, okay.
No, I feel it. That's why I kind of just been switching stuff around just to see like what to do, what works best.
Okay.
But let's start with you. Let's start with your music. Let's start with like what made you start with the name actually. Why Salaysia? Why that?
Okay, so I actually made Salasia up with a family friend. Basically, I was doing music with a family friend, and he was like, okay, we have to come up with an artist name for you. So I was like, okay. So we just started brainstorming, trying to pick some names. And my middle name is Michelle. And for some people always used to think I'm like Blasian. I'm not Blasian at all. So I put the M in front and made it Malaysian. And then I was like, no, the first letter of my name is S, so let's say Salasian. And then he looked at me, he was like, Salaysia. And then I was like, at first I didn't like it, but then I was just like, okay, let's go with it. So that's how I made my name, my artist name, Salasia. And then my nickname, Say. That's a weird story I don't really want to get into, but it just popped up somehow, and I was just like, I need a nickname, so let's do Say. So then like I kind of just went for it and then just put it on my Instagram, and I was like, people would catch along, and people did. So yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it's one of those things that kind of just did the work itself. You didn't really have to do much to, have people.
Just threw it out there, and people just catched on to it pretty much.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Good for you, because like I struggle with my nickname. Like I don't have it. Like I look around, and I like to call myself TJ because Thomas Jr. or something like that. But like I don't have a real nickname. Nobody can call me. So like people who actually have cool nicknames and stuff like that, kind of clap at them a little bit, and just by having a nickname in general,
Right.
All right. Well, like speaking about, you went over your name and stuff like that. So like, why'd you get into the music in the first place? Like, what got you in there?
So I've always been into music. Like even when I was younger, I used to write little songs here and there. At first, I really wanted to be a singer. That's really what I wanted to do. My favorite singer was Brandy at the time when I was really young. And then eventually it went on to like Beyonce, Destiny's Child, and stuff like that. But I've always wanted to do music. And throughout the year, I used to tell people I wanted to do music, but I didn't take it seriously until my senior year of high school. My senior year of high school is when I met a family friend. His name is Hanzo. His artist name is Hanzo. Shout out to Hanzo. I met him, and from there we just kind of started hanging out and talking, and then I told him I want to do music, and he was like, me too. So he got his own place. He got all like the recording equipment and everything, and I started recording with him, and we just started doing like a whole bunch of just random songs, just like feeling the vibe out and everything. And he was the one that really kind of got me started in music and to start taking it seriously. So in my senior year of high school, I was doing music, and that's when I really started taking it seriously. How old was I? I was like, how old was I when I graduated? I was like 17. So at the age of 17, that's when I started taking it like seriously. Because before it was just like, I was just writing songs, and then once I was 17, I was actually recording songs. So,
Got you.
Yeah.
So like when you actually started taking it seriously, did you immediately see like the benefits of doing it, or did you just say, forget it, I really like this, I might as well just take this seriously?
I really liked it. Like, that's what I wanted to do. Like, I was in school, and I wanted to go to college for dance, you know. And while I was in school and I wanted to go, you know, to college for dance and everything like that, you know, it didn't work out in the long run. And while I was doing music, it's always been something I want to do. So once I got into it and I started recording, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And like hearing yourself for the first time and everything, and then like getting in the studio, like you get so excited. Even like if you look back on it and you're like, this song was trash as fuck, like I sound crazy, but in that moment it just feels so right. Yeah. So once I got into it, yeah, I knew this is what I wanted to do.
I feel it. No, that's what's up.
So yeah,
that's what's up. Because I mean, a lot of people struggle with like their passions and stuff and like identifying that. So like yeah. That's why when you see like professionals doing whatever they're doing on the court or the field, and they say like, yeah, I've been doing this since I was 6, like that's rare, you know. Like all of them have been doing that since they were 6, and they really love it, and they really put in the work for it. So like that just like I commend you for that.
Yeah, and I feel like this generation, like people just wake up and want to do music. Like it's just like, oh, I'm gonna do music, or oh, I'm gonna throw this Autotune on and I'm gonna do music. Like I think back then, a lot of artists grew up with music and, you know, have been doing music since they're young, and I just feel like now everybody's just like, I want to try it, you know.
I mean, it's like the new trend, you know.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me how people is. Like, I mean, in a way it kind of makes me think like how like sheep like people really are, because like if you see something and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just do that, like it's cool to an extent. But like when you get to the point where it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna rap, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do everything that all these famous trappers are doing and trap music is doing just to be like them, like then that's when you're like, create your own lane, dog. Do your own thing, figure something out, you know. Like it's just crazy to me how many followers there are.
Oh, that's so many followers. Like if you think about it, like everybody's doing Autotune.
Yeah.
Everybody is doing Autotune, like, and it's just like that's why I really commend the artists that don't really use Autotune, because I feel like, don't get me wrong, whoever's using Autotune, that's fine, that's you, that's your sound. I personally don't use it. I've used it. There's levels to like music and like mix and mastering.
Yeah.
They mix and master. People that mix and master will use a bit of Autotune to correct your voice, which I think that's totally fine. That's fine. And I've had that for a couple of my songs. But as far as like Autotune,
the whole thing,
I just feel like, personally for me, if I listen to somebody with Autotune, I'm automatically turning it off, because I can't even really hear your voice. I don't even know what your real voice sounds like.
And part of music itself is honestly the tone and the sound of the voice itself.
Your
already.
Voice.
It's an instrument alone.
That's
so like
what separates you from everybody. Your voice. That's what makes you. Your voice. You know. And I just feel like that's what a lot of people are doing. They're doing Autotune. They're trying to do this, whatever it's called, this singing or rapping. It's not like really rap. It's not like really singing.
Like that Roddy Ricch type stuff.
Roddy Ricch. What is it? Young NBA.
Oh, NBA Youngboy. Yeah.
That little style. Everybody's trying to do that now.
So old.
Like you said, like, yeah, I don't remember those names. They're too confusing to me.
I never understood why you put NBA in front of. Right. I mean, like, never broke again, sure, but like, nigga,
right?
Like, you ain't gotta put that. It's an acronym already, like.
Right. So everybody want to do that, but that's them. But I just feel like everybody sounds the same, and like you said, it's a trend. Everybody want to sound the same, and like the industry accepts it. Like you can have 10 dudes that all have the same melody, that all use Autotune, and they will each have their own fan. They will each be put on, and everybody will each listen to all 5 different artists. But then when females rap about, like, let's say females rap about sex and whatever, they all try to put us in a box. When you have 5 male artists that sound the same melody.
No, okay? I seen that, and I noticed that too, because like you mess around and you pay attention to artists like who've been around for a while and stuff, like Future or whatever.
Right.
You know, so you look at him, it's just like he hasn't changed his sound at all.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Since I first heard Future. but he's still just as popular. He's still getting just as much bread, all the views and stuff. Like, it just. And then when you look at other people who just blew up recently, like Megan, like, yeah, she's popping and, you know, she's getting a lot of help now. But, like, Megan's been around for a grip. Like, she's been, like, I remember her, like, Houston freestyle, like, when she was in the short shorts and she was like...
Just had, like, the guys around her.
Yeah, she was the only girl. Bro, she was killing that shit, you know? Just on some real, like, I'm lyrically murdering y'all type shit, you know?
Yeah,
so
that's true.
But, like... It's sad because, like, that goes along with societal pressures as well. You know, society has a lot to do with that, and society has, they form, I mean, it's just like the economy and stuff, you know? Like, it's just unfortunate how the society has that much of an influence on something that's so effective.
Right. That's true. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's so crazy because... How long ago was this? This was like 3 years ago. I was talking about Megan to somebody. And, like, we were talking just about, like, you know, I was showing him my music. And he was just like, show me Megan. And, of course, I seen her freestyles throughout, like, social media or whatever. And he was like, she about to blow up. She about to blow up. And I was just like, At the time, I was like, All she raps about is sex. Like, after a while, it's going to get old, which it will get old. And then she blew up. So I'm just like, I love Megan, though. I love Megan. I like her lyrically. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, she does rap about sex, whatever. But she's slowly starting to branch out. And I think eventually she'll know she can't rap about sex, whatever, for however long as she wants to. It's going to eventually get old and die down or whatever. But I like Megan. But at the time when he brought her up, I was just like,
no, I feel
freestyles about sex, like, what's new?
Yeah,
you know?
no, I feel it. I feel that. Because my whole thing about Megan is, like, it was so weird. Most of the reason why I didn't really, like, give her all that much attention when she blew up was really because I already really knew her.
Right.
You know? So, like, it was just kind of like, oh, well, she deserves this. Like, she legitimately deserves this love that she's getting right now. So, it's cool. But, like, at the same time, like you said, you can't rap about the same thing. It don't matter if it's about sex. It don't matter if it's about tires. Like, you can't rap about the same shit.
Especially us female artists, they're always going to be nitpicky about what we rap about, what we do. Males can rap about guns, sex, cars for however long because they've been doing it for however long and nobody says anything. But it's like with us females, since we had Nicki for so long, you know what I'm saying, and now we're just now starting to get all these different female artists. It's like now everybody's nitpicking on what we should rap about, what we should do, all this extra stuff. So
I mean, in a way, like, I feel bad because it's like Nicki was there to represent every female,
everybody for a decade,
for a good decade,
for a whole decade.
And to be real, I ain't got no problems with Nicki, but it's just like, damn, you know, like, damn, like,
why you say damn?
I don't know, like, it's just because, like, there are no problems with Nicki at all. It's just that I just don't like the way she recently carried herself around, like, when newer female artists come up, you know, like, yeah, you've been around for a while, but, like she's like all these bitches is her sons and stuff. Yeah, like she's better than everybody. Yeah, I never liked that in hip hop whatsoever. Like, I don't care if you're male or
but
female,
it happens, like, especially with females. That's just how, like, us females are, like, you know.
I mean, like, I think I'll go even further to say, like, I think humans in general, because just to say on the male side too, you hear that shit all the time. You hear people saying, like, yeah, I'm big dog, I'm this and that, blah, 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 I've been doing this for, it's like, and it's just in general, it must be human nature. So
I think it is. Yeah. But I honestly feel like Nicki has the right to act that way just because she's been there for a whole decade holding us down, whether people thought she's good, whether people think she's good or not, she's held it down for a whole decade. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if that's her attitude, that's her attitude. But she's a legend now. She's an icon, whether she's still living or not. So, either way, it's just like, I get it. Maybe and I think once she had that situation with Cardi B, I think she learned, okay, I can be a little more nice and, you know, help out these female artists. But I just think the whole situation with her and Cardi, it was already just like, Cardi was already feeling some kind of shade from Nicki, and Nicki was just like, bitch, what? And stuff. So that's how that happened. But
Wow.
I feel like Nicki has the right to have her attitude because she is the queen and I am a barb. So.
Oh my God.
I am a barb. I am a barb. I know people don't want to admit I am a barb. I used to have the little Barbie chain and whatever, my bangs. I have my little bangs right now. But I used to have my bangs. Yes, I was a barb.
Straight
and
up.
I will admit it, everybody. I was a barb and I'm still a barb.
All right. With that being said, we're going to take a little quick break. I got to grab a lighter. I don't have a lighter, and I just noticed that. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. I'll be back.
Okay.
I mean, I heard you, and you
Take
good.
your little light out.
Do your thing. All right, so now that we're back here, I want to. You mentioned earlier about the dancing and stuff like that, you know. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it up because I don't want to really talk about dancing.
That's what I was like. Should I say? I'm gonna let you say it.
But I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. You know, nigga used to tap dance when he was younger, you know, and. That's where I know her from.
That's how we know.
That's how we know each other.
You act like you don't want to speak about.
I don't I can't not acknowledge it, but I gotta figure out. I just had to figure out how to go about it, you know.
Used to tap dance.
Cause you can't I've been growing up.
But the tap dance we were doing is hella dope though.
Oh yeah, trust me.
It's not like you're doing Broadway.
No, trust me, I loved it. But you know, I've been around in certain situations where I've been yeah. I told maybe 2 or 3 people since I stopped tap dancing. You know how long ago that was? But
that's so funny. Now everybody knows.
Oh yeah, I mean shit. It is what it is now. But
you were good.
I mean, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. But shit,
I'm trying so hard not to bust out laughing.
Bro, I swear to God. Tap oh my God. I found a little brochure or whatever. From one of the old shows. Mm-hmm. What they have me out there doing? What they have
What do they have all of us out there doing with all the costumes? Because you're talking about back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
The costumes.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about before they got just a little bread. Cause this is when we were doing our thing, trying to get it together, trying to put in the work. To be yo, we a dance studio. We good over here.
Right.
I mean, but it worked. So it paid off, obviously.
You were there for a minute, though.
I was there.
When did you leave? You left at, the age of 15? Or 13?
You dropping numbers.
Okay. Okay, we're just going to say you left.
I was a
teenager.
A young teenager.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all
that's it. That's all, y'all. That's all he's giving us. Okay?
But,
that's all he's giving y'all.
But let me just ask you.
Mm-hmm.
You said it didn't work out with you,
Mm-hmm.
But you were damn better than me. I know for a fact. So what happened with that?
Oh gosh. All right. So, like I said, I was in school and I was graduating, and I applied for 3 different dance colleges. So normally when people apply for colleges, they apply for at least 8.
Mm.
An easy 8. So, you know, the way it goes when you're applying for dance colleges, you have to audition. So I really had that option, but I didn't at the same time because, you know, I'm still in school.
Yeah.
I gotta graduate. I gotta go to class. How can I go over here to LA? How can I go over here to Philadelphia and audition for all these schools? So I only auditioned for one school in Philadelphia, but I actually went to LA to audition for it. I went and auditioned. It was cool until like how it's set up is she'll go in a room, you know, they'll teach you a combination. Well, you'll stretch. They'll teach you a combination, and then you'll do that, and then you'll have your solos. Everything was cool up until my solo. I don't even think I told anybody what happened besides like my family. So basically, I had the option, personally me, to do modern or tap. I personally chose tap just because, you know, they think us doing tap is just like, oh.
Yeah.
So, but the issue is the floors. I had brought my own, you know, wood and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was just like, somehow that didn't work. Like, they wouldn't let us bring my own wood to tap. So I had to choose modern. So I'm like, cool. Like, modern was, you know, I was strong at modern at the studio, but I'm around a whole bunch of different people that's been doing this.
Exactly.
So I'm just over here like, fuck. So, long story short, we're doing solos, and I was the last person because my last name is T. So, I was like the last person to do my solo. At this point, I'm already like cold as fuck. My muscles are tight.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm just like, fuck, like, alright. So I do my solo, and there's this one part where I'm turning and I'm going down to the floor, and I turn and go down to the floor, and I'm so nervous and I'm so like cold and stuff. I bust my head on the floor. I literally turn, boom, and bust my.
Why does the funniest shit always happen right when you spark the blunt? This is crazy.
I turn and I bust my head on the motherfucking floor.
I was about to ask you too. Did you bust your ass? I didn't want to say that, but you bust your ass.
And so, of course, I played it off. You know, I bust my head and I went back up. You know what I'm saying? Did a little move or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But so after that, I was like, "Fuck!" Like, I'm not about to get into this college. So the other 2 colleges, I did a video audition, which I felt like didn't really go so well, but whatever. So I didn't get into any of the colleges at that time.
Mm.
I didn't. And then my mom was like, is this something you really want to do? And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. So that's where it goes into me like designing. They're like, well, Seattle Central has like this fashion design program. Do you want to do that? Because I was always into clothes. I was always cutting up clothes and shit like that. They ended up getting me a sewing machine. So they were like, do you want to do that? And I was like, that's the only option I have. So that's why I was over it. Like, after that, I was depressed because, you know, I've been dancing. I was dancing since I was like 5 years old up until I was like 18. And then after that, I was teaching for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I thought I wanted to do. And then once all that happened, I was like really depressed, trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. And after that, I was like, fuck dance. And I was fucking over it.
I feel you. I mean, part of me kind of wishes that I stayed in.
Really?
Yeah. Because, like, I see, just, like, doing something for so long, you start to gain structure.
Yeah.
And it, like, forms
just
you.
Just even in life,
just
too.
Exactly, you know? So it doesn't really matter what it is. Like, you just
Yeah.
gain routines.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that wasn't anything that was holding me back. That wasn't anything that was hurting me. You know, it was just...
Keep me on track, really.
Exactly. You know, had me just doing the thing that... I actually enjoyed it for a little bit, you know. I was kicking it, had my friends and stuff, you know.
Right.
But like overall, like pretty much, the main lesson I learned from tap is just like discipline and fucking actually doing the act of creating a habit and shit like that. And I see like how I'm lacking in that in my point at this point in my life right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like. Without that experience with tap, I wouldn't know how to actually go about.
It's so crazy, right? Like looking back on it, you realized how much it's like helped us as a person, our thinking, like you said, like discipline.
Yeah.
Definitely discipline. Like I think that's just how I am, but like dance made me really be disciplined on just certain things, and I'm so structured and I have to have everything planned out, and I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And dance helped me to just get through things. You know, those hard rehearsals, getting yelled in our face, tired as fuck, doing drills, and we still kept it moving. That's another thing I learned from dance is to work, just keep on working hard, keep on moving.
That shit will pay off.
It does, and you don't realize it until like when you look back on it. Like even just as life goes by, you're like, oh, I used to dance, and then when you sit down and really think, you're like, oh shit, I learned so much. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man.
that's basically how like I was just kind of done with dance. And I'm gonna just say this now because I'll probably forget a little later.
Yeah.
I would have eventually got into 2 of the colleges. They had actually called my mom back and told me they wanted me to re-audition. Basically, that means when you re-audition, basically means that you're gonna get into the college. Mm-hmm. They just need to look at you for a second time. But during that time, when my mom had asked me, is dance something I wanted to do, and I told her no. When she did get the call back, she never told me. And at the time, I was so pissed off at her. I'm just like, why the fuck would you tell me? I'm thinking I'm horrible. I'm not a good dancer. I came from a studio that looked up to me as a dancer so much, and I failed everybody. And then come to find out, they called me back and wanted me to re-audition, meaning I would have got in. But then I'm glad she didn't, because my life would have changed. I would be here not knowing what the fuck I'm doing in a whole pandemic, trying to figure it out. And even though I'm still kind of like, I feel like everybody's lost right now in this time, I still have design. And like, it's just so weird how life goes. You don't realize what you're really into and what you like until like just weird random times. Like I was sewing and I broke my needles, my sewing machine needle, and like I was just so lost. Like I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, what am I doing? Like I can't sew or anything. And then I just realized then and there, like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like besides music, I love to design, I love to create things, I love to be hands-on, and design and being a designer and having, you know, my clothing brand is something that I want to do in life. Yeah. So, which is crazy. So.
No, it makes a lot of sense because I could definitely relate to it as far as like this podcast and stuff, because like I didn't plan. I mean, like I always used to say it all the time, like to my friends, like, yeah, I want to make a podcast. We should do it. But you know, like at the end of the day, as I got older, I got the opportunity to actually start and figure, like at least get it going. Right. You know. Like I just.
So this is something you always wanted to do.
Like it is like because like all I do is watch podcasts, and it's not even like intentional. It's not like I'm trying to fit like this description. Like I personally enjoy conversation. I enjoy.
You used to talk a lot back then.
Come on, prove my point for me. You sitting here like
you used to talk a lot and used to be very like energetic. You're more chill now. Is that because of the weed, or you just grew into just the person you are now?
I'd say I grew into the person I am now.
Okay.
Because like I've been like this for a few years, and I remember the time I like pretty much was like, I want to make a shift, nigga. Like, but long story short, like the main thing I'm trying to do is just direct the energy correctly.
Yeah.
Because there are so many people our age who direct their energy incorrectly and end up, so what, you know, like, insert here, like, literally. And it's sad.
Yeah, it is.
But, like...
Because you can see it firsthand.
You can. And
people you grew up with, and you're just like, oh, you're there.
Exactly.
Oh, you're there. But you can't judge because you just don't know. But it's just like, I'm still judging. Because I know you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like...
I mean, I hear you on that. But my biggest thing is, like, it's just trying to stay in my lane, work on my craft, and if this is what I end up enjoying, like I could see myself making a business out of this. I'm already thinking of ways to, you know, expand this, because like that's just what I do.
YouTube,
you know?
Money,
easy bread. Like I already got merch.
Eventually, I
already got merch working on. I got to redesign my logo and shit, and then I put that on. I got hoodies already in my closet.
That's what's
I
up.
just need to get the logo printed on the bitch, and I'll wear it on one of these episodes. Speaking of this is my homie Isaiah's shirt, Northwest Buffins. Yeah, and he gave it to me on my birthday, and I just wanted to show a little appreciation. So, I'm sure you'll see this. But yeah, once I get that logo on the shirt I have, that's some money right there.
That's money, period.
And that's why I enjoy it, because that's what I initially was trying to do. I tried to make a t-shirt business.
Okay.
With the designs that I had in my notebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But turned out the designs in my notebook weren't the best designs. So it's kind of hard, to sell shirts,
When you don't got the design you like.
Exactly.
Having your head down on paper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like tough.
Right.
So I kind of like halted that a little bit. And then I started messing with this podcast shit because I see how I can merge the two in the future.
Right, right.
Just
that's
keep
cool.
Keep pushing.
Yeah, that's what's up. Okay, I see.
Thank you. Yeah, just try to stay positive. Try to be on the right shit.
Right. And I mean, you got all the time in the world right now.
Exactly.
Cause I'm gonna be real, ain't nobody doing shit. Everybody can act like everybody got money. Everybody can act like their life is going so well, and it might be that way for certain people.
But it's really nothing's going on.
Nothing's going on. Everybody has their own issues.
Exactly. On top.
That's happening during the pandemic, and it's just like, why not focus on the things you want to focus on? Yes, the thing everybody's freaking about is money. Like, how am I going to get money? I'm on, what is it called? Unemployment, and how am I going to do this? I don't got a job, and this and that.
Yeah.
You can still focus on that, but also start figuring out the things you've always wanted to do. And that's what I did during this whole pandemic. I started my business. And with that, I've always wanted to have my own clothing store. I really wanted a store, but I always wanted to start off with an online store. And the reason why I never started was because my whole plan was, once I graduated, I was going to get a good paying job. Then I was going to get my place. Then I was going to work for, let's say, 5 years, 6 years. Then, that's when I was going to invest my money into my business, and that's how I was going to do my business. Mm-hmm. None of that worked. None of that. Like, I haven't got a job in my career for a year now. And it still gets to me because I've worked so hard for the past 2 years in school. Like, that was the hardest program I've ever done. I actually got anxiety while I was in there because everything was just so fast paced. You only had 1 week to learn something, and once you learned it, it was like you didn't have a chance to really sit down, marinate, and learn. It was like, we're giving you this for the week. Here's your homework, and here's your grade.
Now you know
next
it.
week. And then it was just like, I learned everything that I should have learned in 4 years. I learned in 2 years. So once I was done with school and I didn't get a job, and thinking something's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. My style is very like they call it urban, mm-hmm. really streetwear, and a lot of these jobs I've been applying for is luxury, fancy, Nordstrom, all that extra stuff. So I decided to stop caring about these companies that aren't hiring me and start my own shit, because there's a lot of up and coming designers that have thousands of followers and that start their business and get a whole bunch of sales. So during this pandemic, I decided to start my business, and I'm fresh in it. Like, this will be 2 months in. I've learned so much already. It's very difficult. It's very hard. And I'm still learning. I'm actually on a little break right now and regrouping what I want to do and changing a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'm going to try again. Sure. Not necessarily closing my website. I'm still selling, but it's just like, okay, I need a break,
No, I hear you. I hear you. I actually can completely relate to that as well because it's like, man, we're all just like during this pandemic. There's one thing that I know for sure. You know, like at the time I was working and all that other stuff, so I was like, oh, I want to make sure I'm an essential worker, and it's just like that's cool and all. I mean, yeah.
I was an essential worker too.
But like at the same time, it's like I want to make sure I'm essential to myself. You feel me? Yeah, and that's why I started acting on, you know, all this shit. Just so we can, instead of just having conversations and just leaving it there and leaving it dead, this shit is valuable. People could learn from shit like this, you know? People can hear it and be like, you know what?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at a spider right now and it just fell.
For real?
Are you scared of spiders?
I'm not scared. I just like to know where they're at, you know.
Oh shit! I should have been told you. Okay, so
what?
Okay, so it was right up there.
It was up.
Yeah, it's not that big though, cause I'm terrified of spiders, and then it just fell.
So you've been watching it?
Hell yeah, I've been watching. Cause I don't know if you was like scared of spiders and you didn't really care.
Bro.
It dropped.
No, you just got a spider kicking.
Yeah, you do. So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll tell you if I see it again.
Yeah, please do. That's very important information.
I didn't know. Oh, the spiders or the dogs will eat it. I mean, the cats. The cats or the dogs will eat it.
Yeah, I mean, I seen it.
No, they'll definitely catch it. So.
Oh, the cats, they don't play. I seen them play around with like they seen like a little ant one time. I was like,
that's why I need I want a dog.
Dogs are cool, but like I'm really learning.
Cats over dogs.
I mean, no. I pick dogs over cats.
Okay.
But like since I had these cats, right, I'm learning a lot of things about like cats in general.
Yeah.
You know, and I really like them now because at first my assumption was just like, oh, they're just assholes that meow at you when they're hungry, and I mean like that's true. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest, but like, but they're cute, you know, and they're nice to be around, you know. And,
I think it just depends on what kind of cat you got, because then they be sneaky. Before you know it, they scratch your face.
Yeah, I'm cool. See, that's another reason why I was just reluctant. I don't want no damn cat. I don't want to get scratched.
And I don't know why people try to just grab cats and pick them up. They don't like that, and they're very like sneaky and suspicious. That's why I choose. I mean, I've been around cats that I've liked, but I choose dogs. Because you just know what a dog's going to do. When you see the dog, it's going to jump on you. The cat may walk up to you. You don't know if it's going to scratch you or it's going to purr and fill up on you.
And then they do that crazy thing when they jump up sometimes and then they hit you with all fours.
The cats?
You ever seen them?
When it goes...
Yeah.
You can feel it in their back.
Yeah, they jump. Like, it's crazy, dog. That's the link. It had me scared. I don't fuck with.
And then it goes...
And they...
I haven't witnessed that. Okay, so which one of them did it?
Well, this was before I got it because it was an adult cat. So it wasn't like... It wasn't smart.
I can't do that.
No, it wasn't mine.
Sorry, cat lovers.
I just like them right now.
No, these ones seem really chill. See, those are the ones I like. These ones are the ones I like.
Give it like a month or so, they gonna get big as hell, eating everything.
Lord have mercy.
And like their meows, like they're small. They are small cats, but their meows are fucking loud as hell.
Really?
Like you would think there's one grown cat in here just by itself, but no, there are two small baby cats.
That's crazy.
Meowing. But they're cool. They really are. I like them.
Yeah, they seem hella cool. Okay, well, they just chilling too.
Yeah. That nigga's lazy as hell.
Yeah, I could tell. He's been chilling since I got in here.
Yeah, that's his spot. He just sits right up there. He just
be chilling.
Just chilling. Straight chilling.
Boom. There it is.
Well, so we talked about the tap. We talked about your designing and school and shit.
Mm-hmm. What else you want to know?
What's up with this music?
Okay. Music. Everybody's been asking me that. So, I'm going to just tell you where I'm at right now in my life. And I keep on bringing up the pandemic because it affects people. Like, it's affecting everybody. So, before I started my business, all my side money was going to my music. Music wasn't a side thing. It wasn't a hobby or a hustle. But music was, I did it when I had the money for studio sessions and music videos. I would actually save up so much money to do all this stuff. So now that I started my business, all my side money is going into my business. I don't have anything left over for my music. So I did release my single called Run With Me. Go check it out. It's on YouTube. Just type in Salaysia and all my music videos will pop out. And it's also on all platforms as well. Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. So I did release that, and then I also released a visual for it, a music video. And I spent a whole year for the video. Like, I spent a whole year doing it because I switched videographers. Something happened, and I switched videographers, and then that took a whole year to do that. So I put a lot of time into that. So you guys go check that out. So while I put that out, and I put that out maybe like 2 months ago, I have been working on new music. This summer, I was gonna put out like a whole mixtape and everything. That was at least gonna have like 6 songs, but since this pandemic happened, I decided to just put a pause on that. So I was working on, my mixtape, and then I just recently made a song that I will be putting out towards the end of the year. So I am working on that, and then I'm also working on the visual. I've never done a remix to a song, so this might be the song I'll do a remix to and do another visual. But I guess I'm going to announce it here. I will be taking a break from music. I think...
breaking news.
I'm gonna be taking a break from music. I just gotta refine where music comes into play right now in my life, as far as trying to get my life together and starting my business. I gotta figure out where music comes into play. I know where music comes into play. Music comes into play when I get enough money from my business to where I can, put that into my music, and I'm nowhere near that, y'all. So not to say I'm completely stopping music, but for now I'm just taking a break. So you will get another single, and you will get a visual, and you might get a remix, but that's all I'll be putting out. To probably catch your guys' attention still, I'll probably do freestyles here and there. I may do cover songs, freestyles on SoundCloud, but anything as far as new songs besides the single I told you guys about, your girl's taking a break, okay? And I think artists, don't feel bad about taking breaks. You guys need to take breaks. You gotta really just take a step back sometimes and really get yourself together, because personally for me, going broke trying to pay for studio sessions, music videos, cover artwork, models, feature money. I told myself I would never go broke for this music shit. I won't. So it's okay to take a step back and save your money and invest it into some other things for a little bit. And so I do. I have a whole business that I want to focus on. So I'm announcing it here, y'all. I'm taking a little bit of a break.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Thank you for that breaking news. I appreciate that. But and also thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
It was really fun. I like, like I said earlier, I like having conversations. Mm-hmm. And I like just talking and picking people's brains.
Right.
And in the future, I absolutely do plan to get longer episodes, because conversations, they do get good,
right?
Like later, but like not to say we don't have good conversations, but I just really, this is more so like an interview,
Yeah,
so it's like a see what you're about and all the other stuff, introduce you to my my people,
mm-hmm.
and
your fans.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And yeah, with all that being said, this is episode 5, I believe.
That's my favorite number.
That's
5 is my favorite number. It's always been my favorite number. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
See how the universe just works.
That's amazing. 5 episodes. Check them out. Appreciate it for tapping in. See you next time.
Thank you for having me, guys.